And now, Effective Communication with Phil Zeller, CEO, Dale Carnegie, Southwest Michigan.
All right, go ahead. Raise your hand if you're facing melancholy, boredom, or depression. Go ahead, raise your hand. Could be any of those. Why would I ask you that crazy question, right? Why? Because so many people that we're dealing with now are telling me, hey, Phil, I'm bored. I feel melancholy. I'm actually feeling a little depressed and down. You know, all this stuff going on in society with between the election and between COVID and between social unrest and all these crazy things going on. I can't wait for 2020 to be over and 2021 to begin and get this new year started. And you think about all this situation going on and people are like, I'm just tired. I'm just wore down. I just can't get into it. I just can't find the drive. And if you find yourself in that situation, it's a good thing you're here with me today, all right? Because we're going to work to overcome that. We're going to work to overcome that right now. Because in communication and relating to people and getting our ideas across is we've got to begin with ourselves. We got to begin by looking in the mirror, and we got to ask ourselves some questions. And Dale Carnegie would say, if you're bored with life, then throw yourself into some work you believe in. With all your heart, throw yourself into it. Live for it. Die for it. And you'll find happiness that you never thought could be yours. Now, the question is, how do you do that? How do you find happiness? How do you find that thing? Well, you know what things don't make you happy, right? So let's start there. Let's do a process of elimination. Think about the things that you don't like, all right? That's easy. You cross those out. And as soon as you start thinking about those and you cross out about 8 to 10 of those, you're going to quickly shift over to say, a moment ago, you didn't know what you really thought was going to make you happy, but after listening to 8 to 10 things that did make you not happy, all of a sudden you prime your mind to jump to the next level and say, okay, now I can start giving you stuff that I'm happy about because I've listed 8 to 10 things that I don't like. So now let me get on to what I do like. And when you start focusing on the things that you do like, start thinking about times in your life and experiences that brought you happiness. Think about those moments. Now, of course, you probably have pictures or memories. Pull out the photo album. Think about it. Right now is a great time to pull out the old photos when you're having a good time and not to say, oh, I can't do that again, but to say, think about how you felt in those moments. What was bringing you the happiness? Sure, there was this stuff going on around you, but those thoughts and those feelings, they're in your head. That happiness is your happiness. Now, other people may have happiness in that same moment, but your happiness is yours. It's your perception, it's your reality. So as you think about that, as you're looking at those photos, and you're thinking about what brought you happiness, think about it now. What could you do right now that would bring back that feeling of happiness? What action could you take? What could you do? And so, interestingly enough, for me, I was, before I shared this with you today, I thought, what really brings me happiness? And what really brings me happiness is what I'm doing right now. I'm sharing with you a way that you can bring happiness into your life. Now, that's what brings me happiness, is helping other people to find things that bring joy and value and positive things in their life. Communication is extremely important. It's the number one area of loss of revenue, the number one reason why relationships fail. I've shared this with you before. But positive communication, uplifting communication, bringing others into our lives and making that happen, having that connection brings me a lot of happiness. So that's why I share with you on this show. And then I think about people in my family and what might bring them happiness. So recently this year, my daughter, she's 15 years old, can't wait to drive. We've been talking about it, driver's training. She can't wait to get behind a wheel car. We started talking about vehicles and what type of vehicle she wants. She said, Dad, my dream car, you want to know what my dream car is? I said, yeah. She goes, a Jeep, a 2-door Jeep. That's my dream car. So all of a sudden, here I am like a week or two later. I'm driving down the road. What do I see? A used Jeep for sale just down the road from my house. The gods have spoken, right? There it is. So I walk up, I pull in, talk to the guy. He goes, well, this is my daughter's Jeep, and she's off doing this now and then. Before you know it, I buy this used Jeep. I bring my daughter over to pick it up. We go through it. I have her do a full inspection on it. It was fabulous. She's grinning from ear to ear. Now we got a project to work on for the next year before she gets her license, and she's finding joy and happiness in all this melancholy. So, if you want to overcome boredom, If you want to have a more positive life right now, throw yourself at something. Get excited about something, and you'll overcome your feelings of depression, melancholy, and boredom. Now go make it happen.